Well, let's talk about this extended truce between China and the U.S. that was announced by President Trump.
I think that President Trump didn't have much of a choice because China is in a very strong position to negotiate.
If China is operating from a power position...
In early August, the U.S. adopted sharply contrasting trade approaches with major partners, while granting China a 90-day extension to their tariff truce to secure commitments on semiconductor exports and energy sales. The Trump administration significantly escalated pressure on Canada. Effective August 1st, a 35% tariff up from 25% in late July was imposed on Canadian goods failing to meet USMCA rules. Ottawa received none of the temporary delays secured by Mexico. President Trump uses tariffs as a primary negotiating lever. The China extension targeted specific exchanges, acknowledging Beijing's leverage in critical minerals. With Canada, however, the high tariffs aim to maintain pressure, potentially forcing concessions ahead of an early USMCA renegotiation and limiting Ottawa's options. Canada, facing its toughest trade strain with the U.S. in decades, is responding with a dual strategy. Prime Minister Mark Carney emphasizes strategic patience, avoiding immediate retaliation. His government is bolstering domestic industries, with over $1 billion Canadian in support for steel, aluminum, diversifying exports through deepened EU ties under CETA, including talks on industrial strategy alignment and exploring new Asian markets. Simultaneously, Ontario Premier Doug Ford is publicly confronting the U.S. costs, warning American audiences that the tariffs act as a tax on U.S. consumers, citing job losses and increased auto industry expenses. A stark warning to Canada emerged as the U.S. imposed a sudden 39% tariff on Swiss gold bars, disrupting established global trade flows overnight. This move signaled that no sector, however entrenched, is safe from Trump's tactics, potentially putting Canadian strategic minerals or energy exports at similar risk. The standoff represents a high-stakes endurance test. Trump seeks quick concessions through economic pressure, while Canada leverages its critical role in U.S. supply chains, minerals, autos, energy, and market diversification to withstand the pressure longer. Carney has quiet diplomacy, and Ford has public pressure aimed to protect Canada's position in shaping the future roles of North American trade. Determined not to negotiate from weakness, the outcome hinges on how long each side can maintain their stance and the political cost Trump is willing to bear domestically.